welcome to the WA Music Showcase. My name is David. I'm so pleased to have Tara on the show tonight. How are you, Tara?
I'm good. How are you going?
Yeah, good. All right, should we get straight into it? Definitely. What's the first track?
Soul Sister, my first track ever. I made plans you don't wanna be in. For years I've been forcing us to work. You drifted so far apart, you didn't notice I was swept out to sea. Back then you were enough, now you don't back me up. We're not who we used to be. I've been growing, will you grow with me? Losing a soul sister breaks your heart more than a lover. I don't look back, couldn't you try harder than that? Kind words from a friend are like a honeycomb, sweet to the soul. The cuts won't start healing till you stop opening old wounds. Now I have to back off, I can't back you up like I used to. I've been growing, you don't wanna grow with me. Losing a soul sister breaks your heart more than a lover. I don't look back, couldn't you try harder than that? Losing a soul sister breaks your heart more than a lover. I don't look back, couldn't you try harder than that?
Now, I know that you're releasing some new songs. In fact, I've got a set list that says that you're going to play a few unreleased songs and you're working on a new EP.
Yes.
That is correct. Now, I want to know, first of all, obviously, when can we expect this EP? And what kind of things are you doing different, artistically, from your last EP to this one?
Absolutely. I'm just going to put the guitar down. So the new songs I'm going to play tonight are from the new EP, which I've been working on, I guess, technically since 2023. My life just completely changed overnight in that year. And then I needed I think 2 years to kind of, be in a position where I felt okay to talk about that and then also sing about it. Because when you write a song, you're playing the same melody or singing the same word or the same thing over and over again. And it's good because it's actually quite desensitizing. But yeah, I had to be in a position where I felt like I was actually okay to do that. Yeah.
All right, now your next song is Sundays, which is from your EP that you have out now. And, well, it's very apt because today is Sunday. Hey.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey. All right, ready when you are.
Easy.
That was a terrible joke, by the way.
No, I love it. I mean, it happens, once a week, so... I'm just being funny. I actually got this ukulele yesterday. So, before I was using, the crappy JB Hi-Fi uke, so we'll see how this one goes.
That's a great endorsement for JB Hi-Fi, by the way.
Oh, it's true. I mean, they don't pay me. I'm not sponsored by them, so meh. Tell me what's been on your mind. I'm sorry, it's been such a long time. be more than just fine. Help me to make you mine. Only on Sundays we have the time. Only on Sundays I can give you the time of day. Only on Sundays I can hear you say, I want us to be more than just someday. I promise I'll listen this time. My head's so loud you have to mind. Oh, all day I hear everyone's voices and words. All day I wanna hear yours. Only on Sundays we have the time. Only on Sundays I can give you the time of day. Only on Sundays I can hear you say, I want us to be more than just someday. I carved out the space, the secret place where we can make our home. Just you and me alone, but never lonely, as long as you're with me. Only on Sundays I can hear you say, I want us to be more than just someday. Only on Sundays I can hear you say, I want us to be more than just someday.
Ooh. I thought that ukulele sounded pretty good too. Your next track, The Ocean.
Yes.
I've noticed that you are, as in your journey as a person, that you are really attracted to the ocean. What does that speak to you?
That's a tough question. I've always loved the beach, like ever since I was like an actual baby. I learned to surf at a really young age, and I like still love surfing. It's just something about like, it's like the place for everything. So if you're like sad, you can just like dive like straight into the waves, and literally like when a wave goes like on top of you and you come up, you just like feel like everything's let go and you're just like completely different. And it's just such like forcefully calming, if that makes sense. Like you can't think about anything else because, you know, you're just there to swim and just like enjoy nature. And, you know, then my thoughts quickly turn to like, I hope I can see a dolphin. Or I hope I can see something rather than like, you know, whatever else I was trying to let go of before. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, Ocean Blue.
I'm in a band now, guys, so that's really cool. Hopefully, or this might be my last solo gig for a while, which would be cool. All right. He loved me like my body was a secret language he already spoke. His arms held me like he was bespoke. His ocean blue eyes stared into mine like he knew the password of my mind. There will be others, but not like you. I still wanna memorize all of your tattoos, but you were never mine to lose. Now all I feel is ocean blue. have 1,000 memories to keep us company. I know you'll never forget until you met someone else. In the end, he was lukewarm, just like his name. I keep wondering, are they all the same? Well, aren't they? There will be others, but none like you. I still wanna memorize all of your tattoos, but you were never mine to lose. Now all I feel is ocean blue. We're just two souls in moments we stole, finding that old feeling in someone new. I'll forget you, I'll never forget the shade of blue. We're just two souls in moments we stole, finding that old feeling in someone new. I'll forget you, I'll never forget the shade of blue. There will be others, but not like you. I still wanna memorize all of your tattoos, but you were never mine to lose. Now all I feel is ocean blue. That was Ocean Blue.
Now, you did earlier just mention there that you've set up a band
Yeah.
behind you. What do you hope, what differences does the band make to your sound? And what do you hope to, achieve in that space?
Oh man, everyone is so cool. So I really just like am in awe of like how good everyone else is with their instruments. So it means that I would love to be able to start getting into like funk and like soul and maybe a bit of R&B if I can. And yeah, and like rock and stuff, because there's only so much you can do like as a solo artist. There's only like, I guess, yeah, in terms of like having a full sound, I'm quite limited to like my voice, the guitar, and learning like different strum patterns and like different tunings and chords and things. But yeah, everyone else can just bring their expertise, and yeah, I can just have like a party on stage. It would be so cool.
And when would you expect to see the band on stage? Ooh, tough
I
question.
don't know, hopefully soon. I guess that question is on par with the EP question, like when is that coming out?
Yep.
I don't know. I'm working with a London-based producer, so it's taking us a while to kind of like, meet up with the time zones. And same with the band as well. Yeah, we need a few rehearsals in first, I reckon.
All right. Now I've got one more question. Obviously, you've started your musical career. What was the moment where you thought, "Oh, music is something that I really want to pursue"?
Like stereotypical muso, like I've wanted to be a musician my whole life. Genuinely though, yeah, I guess like the ocean and music are just like on par with each other in my life. I've just like been obsessed with music since I was little. I guess like buying the Taylor Swift Fearless CD, I'm going to show my age here, back in like 2008, 2009, I thought she was the coolest and I just wanted to be exactly like her. But then I got into uni and stuff, and then, especially being neurodiverse, it's hard to focus on like many things at once, but especially like trying to build up a music career and also a professional career at the same time. So I did let that go for a long time. And yeah, I mean, we can talk more about it later, but it wasn't until I hide behind humor, so this is like so dark, until like 2023. I was married for 5 years, and we were together for 6, and then just one night he just ghosted me, like proper. And then like I was just like, that's bizarre. And obviously had like lots of questions and things, and then I hadn't like heard from him for like 3 months, or something. Like, all I had was just that one night, like, sorry, Tara, I don't love you anymore and you have to leave. And I was just like, what? I thought it was a joke at first. So it took me like 3 months of like completely not hearing from him to be like, you know what? Like, if you can do that, then so can I. I'm just going to, you know, change everything about my life completely and just focus on what I want to do. And yeah, pursuing music is something that I've always wanted to do. So I was just like, you know what? I'm going to give it a red hot crack whilst I'm still like relatively young. And then just see what happens and have so much fun and learn so much along the way and like meet so many amazing people like you guys here tonight. Yeah, thank you guys so much for supporting me. Appreciate it.
All right. Should we take away your next track?
Yes. What was the next track? No, I'm joking. I've got my sellers here.
I was going to say, I've got it here. Home.
All right. The dreams were the worst in the morning. At first, for a moment, you forgot the one you lost. I swear I could feel you next to me, keeping me warm in these sheets. Open my eyes to realize there's nothing but emptiness at my side. I bought a block of future, painted the walls, hung my picture. I trusted it'd be alright. The life I didn't recognize got easier once I got used to the license plates. Now I've got a couple friends in this place. Woke up one day and realized me and Dino found our home. First I couldn't sleep, I was used to arguing. Peaceful nights replaced anxiety. I was lonely. At first my house didn't seem right. My freedom was worth the fight. When I felt like a fresh wound without love entombed. I was a block of future, painted the walls, hung my picture. I trusted it'd be alright. The life I didn't recognize got easier once I got used to the license plates. Now I've got a couple friends in this place. Woke up one day and realized me and Dino found our home. Oh, me and Dino found our home. No more searching. Now Dino loves his big backyard. The life I'd fought so hard. I didn't know it'd get better until it did. I bought us a block of future, painted the walls, hung my picture. I trusted it'd be alright. The life I didn't recognize got easier once I got used to the license plates. Now I've got a couple friends in this place. Woke up one day and realized me and Dino found our home.
Whoa. All right. Now, you probably know this question is going to come because you've been in the audience here a couple of times, and this is my go-to question. But I'm going to change it up a little bit. What are some of your influences that you take from now? And you mentioned that you've got your band together. What kind of sound or influences do you want to take, from when you play with them?
Oh, I listen to like anything and everything. So I'll listen to, naturally Taylor Swift, I mentioned her before, and like Ella Langley and all those pop and now recently like country artists, and also as a result of like meeting everyone in the band, I've recently gotten into like Blood Orange, which are a really cool like funk band, and I love like Wild Cherry, and yeah, I honestly listen to like I want to say like the whole spectrum of music. That's probably not true, but everything from like country, pop, folk, acoustic, indie, rock, screamo, heavy metal. Like there's literally a song for every single feeling and mood out there. So yeah, I think I would love to hopefully if everything works out with my band, hopefully start like putting out some like funk and kind of like really groovy music.
All right, I'll let you get set up for your next track, which is of course Villain.
Yeah, it is.
You didn't write this about your ex, did you?
Oh, I did.
I thought so.
definitely
As soon as you told me that story, I'm like, I bet your Villain is about that.
Yeah, because that was his name, except it just has an M at the end instead of an N sound.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's kind of like my inside joke.
All right. Can't wait.
I wanted to crack him like a safe so his secrets would spill out. But you can't crack a narcissist, 'cause he's already broken. There was nothing safe about him. 'Cause of you, villain, I dug myself out of the grave, the deep one you made. You'll always be the villain, it's literally in your name. You spend all that time making your problems mine. You'll always be the villain. Self-entitled in your steel-cap boots. Apparently no one works harder than you. Thinks he always wins, smug in his dirty hobbies. You're just a glorified laborer. I'm proving I'm better than you, villain. I dug myself out of the grave, the deep one you made. You'll always be the villain, it's literally in your name. You spend all that time making your problems mine. You'll always be the villain. Ooh, you'll always be the villain. 2 years later, you can't put me out my misery. Just let me be free. You ghosted me so cowardly. I wanna ruin you like you ruined me. 'Cause of you, villain, I dug myself out of the grave, the deep one you made. You'll always be the villain, it's literally in your name. You spend all that time making your problems mine. You'll always be the villain.
Woo! Now, I did mention just earlier that you've come to a couple of my shows before, and we've previously had a chat a couple of times, and there was a subject you kind of just touched on very, very briefly, and you did give me permission to talk about this, so first of all, thank you for that. You've mentioned, well, on your Instagram profile, you basically, you call yourself a self-confessed pop princess neurodiversion queen. So what is, first of all, how does that affect you being neurodiverse, and how does that affect you in your creative space?
Oh, so much. I wasn't diagnosed till like in my early 20s, and I really wish I was diagnosed a lot earlier because life would have been way easier. Because, I mean, I've been diagnosed with like ADHD for like a few years, and starting like, you know, therapy for that and like learning different ways to navigate the world and navigate my own brain has honestly been so helpful. And starting medication helps me kind of implement what I've learned. Basically, like I, really struggled to like write songs in full. Like I was really good at coming up with like hooks and, like 2 bars of a melody, and then that was it. Like it was just, insanely hard to just remain focused on the original idea that I had when your brain is just like constantly like on, just like on fire like all the time, and there's like no stopping it, like no calming it down. And I think in some ways like I do try to embrace that, because that's how like you can come up with a lot of ideas in a short amount of time. But it's also been really hard to like develop the concentration and the discipline to like fully develop each and every one of those. And yeah, just like honestly in heaps of ways, like, not being able to sleep, and not being able to finish the sentence that I was, just starting, things like that. So yeah, honestly like affected everything.
And how do you keep that in check now? Do you, is it something that you're still like working on, or is it, just something that you just know that you've got it in check already?
Oh, no. I mean, I hope I get to that point, but I don't think I will ever. It's just about, like, managing symptoms, I suppose, so being aware of what those are in me. I really struggle to get to places on time or early, which, has... I don't want to say, like, I'm making excuses for it, because I absolutely want to respect everyone's time, but, I feel like it does sort of damage your reputation when you're, like, if I take my medication too late at home and then I spend too long at home and then I'm like rushing to get places and then rocking up to gigs late and stuff like that, kind of can cause a detriment. So yeah, I think it's partly just like embracing it, and kind of like, making a joke out of it. And then for some things it's just I had to completely change the way that I was living. Like, I easily have 5 alarms, to do anything, to like get up or to like brush my teeth by a certain time, or it's literally just like I could like do a whole like YouTube video on it. It's just
Now, I won't keep harping on about the subject, but that does give me just one last point. How can the WA music industry help support people like yourself who are neurodiverse better?
That's a great question. I've been thinking about that a lot over the last few months, and I think a lot of other artists would also say this, like to not, have such late nights. But it is hard to, develop as an artist and develop your platform and your following when, the gigs that, you do get. And it is a privilege to perform, especially at the local level. But yeah, when you're scheduled for a gig and you start at like 10:45 p.m, it's just like, man, my meds expired, or like, ran out like, they wore off, sorry, like, hours ago, like at 4 p.m. Like, I don't know how I can, keep in time with like my own music and like arrive early. And yeah, so I guess like late nighttime gigs is probably one thing. And I think as well we can do a lot more in terms of like physical access. Like this venue is pretty great, but I have noticed that like, lots of venues, like if you're a person in a wheelchair, for example, it would be quite hard to navigate. It would be very difficult to get up on stage if you're like an artist who is a wheelchair user as well. So I think we have a lot of room to grow in that space. And there's definitely heaps of things we can do, but it just means straying away from the traditional culture of live music, which is, very casual, like just rock up and have a go type of thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
I'm waffling.
That's brilliantly answered. All right, your next tune.
Yes.
Sloppy Seconds.
Yes.
What can you tell us about that?
So, I love to think that I'm a feminist. I hope I actually am. But yeah, so continuing on that story that I told earlier about like my husband of 5 years just like ghosted me, like genuinely though, and then to get divorced I had to like track him down. It was just like a whole thing that I went through. Hence why I'm writing a whole EP about it. So I had no idea like where he was, like what was happening. for a decent 3 months there. And then one day I was like on my lunch break at work, I think, or something. I was like on my phone on Instagram, I was like so depressed during this time as well, like just so sad. And I was scrolling through, and then this like profile was recommended, and it was like a travel influencer, and I was like, oh, like what the hell is this? Like, just click on it, whatever. He was our only mutual friend, and he had not only liked all of her posts for like, going back an embarrassing length of time, but she was also posting about him, about like how her boyfriend and her were like in Bali together, and like, oh, this is so cute, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like, I can't explain the feeling. It was just like everything that you thought you knew was a complete lie. And yeah. And then I wanted her to know about my situation, so I followed her on Instagram, didn't say anything, didn't message, no comment, no nothing. Because, I just wanted kind of like girl code, I suppose, just wanted her to kind of be aware that like I exist, and I had our couple photos still up at that stage. She followed me back, and then, kind of like liked a few of my photos as well, which I thought was really weird. So then I was like, okay, well, you're just choosing to do this now, so I'm going to write a song about you because I'm not going to actually do or say anything in person.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait to hear it. Revenge. Best served cold in a song.
I'm a force to be reckoned with, a sharp-edged wordsmith. You're wondering why the house now echoes. My home is where it all goes. I'm long gone, but you still feel me there. Same bed, him and I used to share. Just remember I was the first one he gave forever to. If you want happily ever after and his affection, just know you're getting my sloppy seconds. He takes you to meet his family. I bet they still talk about me. Does this song hit differently, knowing he's still married to me? I'm long gone, but you still feel me there. Same bed, him and I used to share. Just remember I was the first one he gave forever to. If you want happily ever after and his affection, just know you're getting my sloppy seconds. When you're leaning close, you can assume that sweet scent's my perfume. And when you're laying up bed at night, just know I picked out those sheets. You gotta know that man, he ain't playing for keeps. Good luck getting that partner visa. I swear the man has amnesia. Just remember I was the first one he gave forever to. If you want happily ever after and his affection, just know you're getting my sloppy seconds.
Woo!
new song, can you tell?
Now, you're about to do a bit of a mashup.
Yes.
Now, two artists, Ella Langley, and some artist singer I've never heard of her. She's called Taylor Swift. I don't know. Yeah, never heard of her. All right, so you did mention that you did like Taylor and Ella earlier. So, which one? What are you going to mash? That'll be edited out. What are you going to mash up with?
Could have been her and Illicit Affairs. If you guys, did anyone here go to the Eras tour? No. Oh, Yuli, did you? I was gonna say I would have seen you there. No. Anyway, she did like this killer bridge, and she like changed the key and everything. So yeah, if you guys like are familiar with that, feel free to sing along, or just like sing along anyway. I just stay at home, never spread my wings. I was committed to us, let you buy that ring. Now I only see my memories, but that was me. I grew my hair, let you change everything. I wore that dress, I couldn't keep my name. Back then I didn't know my heart's the thing I'd leave, but that was me. I had to shut my mouth, fake that smile. We did make it work for a while. Cried in the dark instead of screaming, 'cause I knew you weren't listening. I buried my feelings, pushed down the hurt, and let you cheat. Back then I was hurt, but now it wouldn't be me. Back then I was too impaired by my youth. I wasn't prepared to know the truth. I just hung on to every word, put me aside to put you first. I had to shut my mouth, fake that smile. We did make it work for a while. Cried in the dark instead of screaming, 'cause I knew you weren't listening. I had to bury my feelings, push down the hurt, and let you cheat. Back then I was hurt, now it wouldn't be me. And you wanna scream, don't call me kid, don't call me baby. Look at this godforsaken mess that you made me. You show me colors you know I can't see with anyone else. Don't call me Moy, don't call me Leafy. Look at this idiotic fool you made me. You told me a secret language I can't speak with anyone else. Don't call me kid, don't call me baby. Look at this godforsaken mess that you made me. You told me a secret language I can't speak with anyone else. And you know damn well, for you I would have ruined myself a million little times.
Now, I've got your set list. Your next song is called Closure. Now, in brackets, you had trigger warning, which made me think, what's the trigger warning, or is that the name of the song?
The name of the song is Closure, but I had to do that like mostly for myself so that I knew like to remember. I basically just like use lots of like metaphors and like analogies of like someone dying, because I back then kind of felt like I was going through like a similar process, because I had just like, you know, experienced the very real loss of someone that I thought was gonna, you know, love me forever, and I thought we were gonna be together forever and stuff. And then yeah, just kind of like grappling with that, like, you know, whoop, like just complete like 360, like yeah, you know, someone kind of like pulled the curtain type kind of abrupt ending. Yeah, so I just wanted to like have that trigger warning just in case anyone in the crowd has actually lost someone. I do kind of use quite graphic language in that way.
Okay. Well, with warning, go for it.
Thanks. Grief is like a decomposing body. It takes time to see they're not coming back. The body's prepared for burial, but I was dead long before the funeral. These tsunami tears might drown me with my sorrow. My heart won't flatline, 'cause you hold tomorrow. Thinking of him doesn't get me any closer to closure. Shouldn't it be scarred over by now, instead of heartbreaking shudders of pain? I've come too far to let some train wreck sleaze beg me home, then force me to leave. These tsunami tears might drown me with my sorrow. My heart won't flatline, 'cause you hold tomorrow. Thinking of him doesn't get me any closer to closure. I want Aurora Australis. I wanna see the sun melt into the ocean, turning the water into liquid gold. And I wanna die alone. I fan the first spark of hope into a flame with no one around to see it. While I tread the roughest of seas with my abandoned love and Mount Everest grief. These tears might drown me with my sorrow. My heart won't flatline, 'cause you hold tomorrow. Thinking of him doesn't get me any closer to closure. Thinking of him doesn't get me any closer to closure. It's closure.
Ooh. Now this is your final song for the afternoon.
It is. We made it.
Tell me, what is the ceiling fan boy?
The song was just like inspired off a meme that I saw, like, you know, not really like lived experience. The meme was just like, you know, for the first time in a relationship with like an aircon man, and this whole time I've been messing around with like these ceiling fan boys, and it's just basically like, you know, when it's too hot to sleep in summer, and you know, I suppose like in the context of my song, the male partner like refuses to put the aircon on, and you're just stuck with a ceiling fan, and it's like so hot and you can't sleep, and they're like, nope, aircon's too expensive. So yeah, it was honestly, I just felt like I needed to end this set on like a, you know, more of an upbeat song because everything's just been so sad.
That's all right. Take it away when you're ready.
I'm an aircon girl in a climate change world. I spend money to fix my problems. I'm sick of these boys and their ceiling fans. I'm looking for my aircon man. He bought a four-wheel drive but never goes four-wheel driving. He bought a rooftop tent but never takes it camping. All the gear and no idea doesn't make a dent in that FIFO salary. Everything's expensive in this cost of living crisis, but loving him is like loving Midas. Oh, the hot sleepless nights, and it's definitely not what you think. I'm an aircon girl in a climate change world. I spend money to fix my problems. I'm sick of these boys and their ceiling fans. Sign me up for my aircon man. He never takes me out on a date. He always makes me pay. So I spend money on couples therapy just for him to ignore me. I'm working overtime for bloody free, and he has a work-life balance, triple my salary. I'm an aircon girl in a climate change world. I spend money to fix my problems. I'm sick of these boys and their ceiling fans. I'm looking for my aircon man. Yeah.
Woo!
Oh, thanks everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much for having me. Thanks so much for coming down. Really appreciate it, guys.